Hello everyone, Meru here, and welcome back to my Nerd Corner. Yay! Today we are going to be talking about the new chapter of Dr. Stone. Yes, I'm starting this. Let's see how long it lasts. Let's see how long I can keep this going. Look at my cat. And she left, opening the door. Today we are going to be talking about chapter 212 of Dr. Stone. I'm going to be seeing the pages on my phone right here and talking about it. Because I can, and I will, and I love Dr. Stone, and more people need to read or watch Dr. Stone because it's really an underdog. It's so good. It's too good, okay? It's way too good. There's a bit of weirdness around some stuff, but overall it's an amazing manga and an amazing story. So I'm gonna start reviewing it now when it's in its final arc, or at least we think it's its final arc, because they're finally building a rocket to space. Yay. So this chapter, they start reviving people when they get to Japan, and then they get to Treasure Island, and they start pouring the liquid on everyone to revive everybody, and what's his name? The bald guy is now the leader, and then there's the other girl, the other pretty girl that was there helping them all out. But yeah, they revive Zoe's, is that his name? Zoyu. So they revive Zoyu and the other pretty girl, and then they had a group of people there, that group of grown men that are, I guess, there to help. We don't really get much information about them, just that they're old-timers, and we see them with pickaxes and shovels, and they're ready to build. They're very ready to just start helping out, and apparently Zoyu is a really good leader. So we see that everybody is just doing well with him, but he's a little bit worried about Ruri and everybody else in the mainland Japan. So we travel there. We see mainland Japan, and we see everybody is huddled up around a wall of stone, inside a wall of stone. They're being surrounded, and then Ruri is awakened, and we see finally Kohaku and Ruri finally seeing each other again after, technically it's been 8 years, almost 9 years, but for them it's technically been just a couple of months, because the time skip, the 8-year time skip with Suika and all that stuff, but they finally get to see each other again, and they hug, and then we see something very funny, which is Ruri can actually carry Kohaku like she's a feather, which Gin is surprised by it. He's just like, what the fuck? I never knew she was this strong. And we see Chrome being like, nah, they're both gorillas. And then he gets his shit kicked out of. Kohaku beats the absolute shit out of him for calling her and her sister gorillas. we love our gorilla sisters. Sorry, I'm trying to find a comfortable position, because my feet hurt from work, and I don't wanna sit. I don't wanna have my feet touching the ground. But this chair is way too small. Anyways, we see after Kohaku beats the absolute shit out of him, Ruri's just like, oh my god, Chrome. It's been a while, and then apparently they're the same age now, which is cute. So that means that it's been around a year since they last saw each other, without counting the 8 years of petrification. Because if we count petrification years, Senku is a 3,000 and something, is almost 4,000 years old at this point. But they see each other again, and then he's like, Chelsea realizes that Chrome and Ruri are in love with each other. And she's like, oh my god, you guys are in love. Oh, and she's like, he likes her. And Chrome, being the dense motherfucker he is, he's all like, yeah, of course, everybody loves Ruri. That's not the kind of like he was talking about. Chelsea was talking about, Chrome. Chrome, you dense fucker. Like, he's so dense. He's so dense. He doesn't realize that he's in love with her. Like, he knows he's in love with her, but he's also like, nah, I just care for her. Like, no. Homie is in love with Ruri. Okay? The two of them need to end up together, because I love them together so much. Because Ruri, she's so cute, but she can, like, she's apparently OP as shit. And Chrome, he's just really smart. He's one of the smartest characters. And and I am, like, comparing him to Senku in terms of smarts, because when you consider how much Chrome has learned throughout, like, the story, like, Chrome is a fucking genius. He's been able to keep up with Senku. And he's from the Stone Age. He's been able to keep up with Senku, and he built things that Senku couldn't have, like, imagined. Like, the water wheel thing. Senku hadn't thought about that. But Chrome built it out of nowhere. He's like, I have an idea. Let's build it. And then he showed Senku, and Senku's like, holy shit. Not even I thought about this. Like, he has this other, like, more open, like, more outside the box kind of genius, kind of thinking, and he's just really good when it comes to creative outcomes and finding creative ways of doing things. So I really, really love Chrome in that aspect where he's just, like, really, really smart. But he's also, like, kind of like the odd man out, because there are things he doesn't understand, but once he gets it, he gets it. And he's just such an amazing character. I just love him. And there's this thing between his thing with Ruri. It's just really cute. And then he's like, oh, you guys built the wall. It was really good that you guys built it, because it protects you guys. But they're like, no, we didn't build it. We didn't build anything. And then Suika notices her pets, which was the little dog and the little boar, and which is Chalk and Sagara, her little pets, her friends, and she sees them, and apparently they're the ones who built the wall. They built the wall to protect them, and they have a family now. They have little families, and then Suka's like, oh, you guys have a family, you have to go, I'll let you go, because I love you guys. I'm so happy that you found the family. She's like, bye-bye, Chalk and Sagara. And then it's really cute. And then they bring in the rice from last chapter, where they got all the rice from Indonesia. All of that rice, they brought it back to Japan. And now they created sushi, which is great. I love sushi. I fucking adore sushi. Sushi's one of my favorite meals. My apologies. I had to do something for my mom. She called me. I had to throw some garbage away. But I was talking about how much I love sushi. And I really do love sushi. I eat it all the time whenever I can. It's one of my favorite things to order. When I have nothing else to eat, I am leaving the premises. Goodbye. Chair, stop moving. Yeah. Anyways, I forgot their name, but the servant, I forgot their name. I'll put it up here. But they make a bunch of sushi, and everyone's just dying because it's so good. And then we find out that the task that Senku had left for the people, for Ruri and her people, was to build a dam. And it's specifically for, like, energy, and, like, that's where the dog and the boar got the idea to build a wall around all the people who were stoned, because they saw the dam that they were building, and they're like, oh shit, let's do that. and they have their rocket launch site. They have it now, and it looks really cool. It looks really fun, and they're apparently on the final frontier to finally go into space. And we see a little hint earlier, I think, right? Or was that last chapter? I think it was last chapter, where we see Suika and Chrome learning math with the new character whose name I also don't remember putting it up here, because I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. But the new character, that's really cool. I really like his style. I really like his design. He's really cool. But yeah, backed by the power of every human on Earth, they're finally ready to start the new arc. This is final part, chapter 212, final part, Stone to Space. So we're finally on the last stretch of the manga. We're probably in the final arcs of Dr. Stone. And while it's sad that this is probably going to be its last arc, I'm really, really excited because, like, we've been building up to Y-Man, and we've been building up to everything, and spoilers for if you haven't read the side story about when Senku's dad was in space and all that, like his little side story, please read it, because there's a lot of information that we get in there that is not shown. There's a different perspective in the side story that will give you even better perspective of what's going on in the story right now. So there's a lot of information. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we know that there's like the Ray version that Senku's dad built that is on space, and it's still waiting and sending signals to Senku's dad, and doesn't know that Senku's dad is actually dead, and that it's been like, it knows that it's been like 3,000 something years, but it doesn't know that humans don't last that long. So it's just been building and waiting and doing things to protect the space station. So that, I have a theory that, because we know that apparently Senku, or, well, the three people that are going to go to the moon are going to have to use the Medusa to petrify themselves and wait for when they're able to get a rocket back and forth from the moon to Earth. Which is like, whoever goes will be sacrificing himself. However, Chrome and Suika, they're like, no, we gotta find a way to help them. We've gotta find a way to make sure that they can return. She does that every time. All my figurines are gonna fall. Look at all my figurines. Beautiful waifus. All of my beautiful waifus. But Suika and Chrome are trying to learn math and trying to learn more about science so that they can help bring the ones that are going to the moon back, so that they don't have to sacrifice themselves. And one of the theories that I have is that once they go into space, they're going to have contact with Rei. And Rei is going to remember Senku, because I'm pretty sure Rei saw Senku. At least Rei knows about Senku. But I'm pretty sure that, like, Rei has seen Senku back when it was still a prototype. But I think that Rei is going to end up helping Senku and everybody come back home. Because we know that Rei has a really big, like, built, like, space station, straight up, like, the 21st century space station, and probably even better, from all the stuff that it's gathered. So they're definitely going to be an asset in future chapters once they start getting more connection to the moon, and more closer to their space station and all that. You know, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm really, really excited to see where the new chapters are gonna go. I'm really excited to see how this is all gonna end, because it's such, like, Dr. Stone, like, if you think about it, a lot of the things that are being built and stuff, maybe, like, it's a little bit too unrealistic, some of the things that they built so quickly. But, you know, there's a certain suspense of disbelief. And with Dr. Stone, we get to a point where it's just, like, it's getting a little bit ridiculous of how fast they're creating things, but it makes sense. You know, it's not like, oh, they're just creating things out of nowhere. No, like, there's an actual explanation to why things happen and how things are formed and all that. So I really do think that it's going to be really fun to find out how they actually built the rocket and how they actually end up going. Because Dr. Stone is really, really fast-paced. Like, a lot happens really quickly. And I don't know how much longer we're going to have Dr. Stone for. I'm gonna give it 2 years. 1.5 to 2 years is what I think is gonna last. But you never know, because it's, you know, we never really know what's going on. But I give it a year and a half, 2 years before it ends. But I really don't want it to end, but I know it's going to, and we're probably not gonna get a sequel, because what kind of sequel we're gonna get? But the chapter was pretty good. I really liked how it showed, you know, Ruri and a new aspect of her, that she's actually really strong, just as strong as Kohaku probably. Well, not as strong as Kohaku, because she was sick for a very long time, but she is very physically able. So that was really cute to show, like, that little scene with them. And then the scene with Chrome, I really like Chrome and Ruri's relationship, because Ruri straight up knows that like Chrome likes her, but she's just like, I'm gonna wait until he figures it out. But Chrome is so dense. He's so dense. Like they said, he's a kid at heart. He's so dense, he doesn't realize that he's in love with Ruri. And, like, I just really like their relationship. It's really cute. And I hope that they end up together. They're definitely gonna end up together. I actually really, really like Senku as a main character, because he's really cool, but he's also, like, really emotional. Like, he's more emotional than normally a main character is. Like, he straight up isn't afraid to show excitement or fear, or, you know, whenever he thinks of a new invention or something to do, like, you just see, like, the light in his eyes. You just see this such excitement, such passion for the things that he does, that, you know, it's just really nice seeing a main character like that's just, like, he doesn't give up. He's just like, I'm gonna do it because I can, and he does it, and it's just straight up, like, really fun to watch. And I have a headcanon where Senku is aro ace. He's aromantic asexual. That's just my own personal headcanon, you know. It's not like, oh my god, he is, like, I'm gonna fight you. Like, no, it's just my personal headcanon, and I think that he's a aro ace. You know, his only interest is in science. You know, he's not interested in sex, he's not interested in romance, he doesn't really care about it. He just likes science. He's married to science, and he'll always be married to science. I just think that that's really good, like, LGBTQ representation of that was true. It's probably not. He's probably gonna end up with Kohaku or Luna. Kohaku or Luna. We actually didn't see Luna at all the past couple of chapters, because I think Luna went with the different group, the other group, back to America, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no, this I'm really excited for what's to come. We're in the final arc, the final stretch of Dr. Stone. I'm really, really excited to see what more happens. And yeah, I want to know what you thought about the chapter, what you think about Dr. Stone in overall. Comment down below your opinions on the show, or what you thought about it. Let's have a nice little conversation down in the comments below. And with that, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Meru out. Bye bye.